listening to the Audio Information Network of Colorado. This recording is intended to be used solely by individuals with barriers to print.
Thank you for joining us for Audiobook News, read from Audiophile Magazine. My name is Sarah. And we're going to start off with some fiction title reviews today. The New Earth by Jess Rowe, read by Jim Meskimen, Jamie Lamchick, Jason Culp, Robin Miles, Ron Butler, Inés del Castillo, Gary Tideman, Sheldon Romero, Josh Bloomberg, Elam Oriam, Vane Asadorian, and Janice Abbott-Pratt. Jim Meskimen takes the pivotal role of the narrator in this dazzling audiobook with a thoughtful tone and sure-handed style. Among an exceptionally talented cast, Robin Miles captures the angsty brilliance of matriarch Naomi. She smoothly performs the character's contradictory combination of self-delusion and self-awareness. Jason Culp portrays her estranged husband, the suicidal Sandy, with eloquent restraint. The children in this Manhattan-based chattered family, Patrick, Winter, and Bering, are voiced evocatively by Josh Bloomberg, Inés del Castillo, and Jamie Lamchick. They give these heady, flawed, yet compelling characters individuality and grace. A work of metafiction, this novel breaks down the fourth wall as the complex plot moves forward. The many voices in this timely audiobook present a fascinating portrait of a family in distress. It's available from Harper Audio, 21.5 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-006-3294196 for $27.99. Chain Gang All-Stars by Nanakwame Adjei Brenya, read by Shayna Small, Aaron Goodson, Michael Crouch, and Leah Sorio. This thought-provoking audiobook, primarily narrated by Shayna Small, imagines an America in which convicted murderers duel to the death in a wildly popular televised sport. Thurwar and Stax, two black women who are lovers, are close to freedom after years in the arena. Narrating immersively, Small voices a variety of prisoners, a sensationalizing commentator, chanting protesters, and die-hard fans. Aaron Goodson offers a tender narration and beautiful singing to portray the gentle singer Hendrix. Michael Crouch's narration as Kraft is tortured, capturing his broken mind. Leah Sorio as Gunny Puddles uses a southern accent and an intense tone. This stunning ensemble performance asks listeners to consider the American prison system and how it tolerates actions akin to slavery and torture. It's available from Random House Audio, 13.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-3669136 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-3669143 for $95. Open Throat by Henry Hoke, read by Pete Cross. Narrator Pete Cross works some serious magic with his narration of this beautiful and unusual novella. It's told from a point of view of a lonely mountain lion that is living alone in the Hollywood Hills, observing humans, searching for food, and reminiscing about its childhood. Cross conveys the narrator's non-humanness with surprising pacing and unexpected pronunciations. L.A. instead of L.A. His voice is gravelly and rough, but also deliberate and thoughtful. His performance is haunting and deeply sad. The mountain lion's yearning for connection and sense of alienation underpin every word. At just under 2 hours, this short but lingering listen is a remarkable meditation on wildness, grief, climate change, and what it means to be sentient. It's available from Dreamscape, 1.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-166-663-4853 for $48.99, also CD. Soul Tourists by Bernadine Evaristo, read by Mercedes Snow. Mercedes Snow takes listeners on a rollicking good time via a rom-com road trip through Europe. Speaking in a sassy tone and a British accent, she is a capable narrator for this atypical story. Stanley is shaken from his sedentary life through a chance encounter with artistic, free-spirited Jessie. Snow shows us their burgeoning friendship alongside a mystical caper that brings them both in contact with ghosts from various European historical periods. Listeners have Snow's confident style to anchor them in this shifting narrative. From the death of Stanley's father to Jessie's madcap plan to drive as close to Australia as she can get, this is an unusual and entertaining listening experience. Those looking for something out of the ordinary will especially enjoy it. It's available from Tantor Media, 7 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 979-876-503-6143 for $19.99. Tantor Media also has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 979-876-503-6150 for $49.95. Psyche and Eros by Luna McNamara, read by Rachel Petladwala and Joshua Riley. This creative retelling of the classic Greek myth is an engaging listen. Narrators Rachel Petladwala, voicing Psyche, and Joshua Riley, voicing Eros, alternate chapters as the reimagined story unfolds. Eros, who is tired of the world's chaos, is sent to deliver a curse to Psyche. She is a rebel who is determined to push back against societal expectations of women. Riley portrays Eros with a mix of apathy and confidence that match his backstory and his developing relationship with Psyche. Petladwala's narration captures Psyche's emotional growth. Presenting the myth from both points of view adds to the vivid descriptions and development of the well-rounded characters. It's available from Harper Audio, 11 hours long unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-006-3295100 for $27.99. And now for some mystery and suspense reviews. Symphony of Secrets by Brendan Slocum, read by Shante McCormick and Brendan Slocum. In this smart, intricate mystery, which examines the origins of jazz and genius, a contemporary music historian is hired to prepare a lost symphonic score by a celebrated 1920s jazz composer for its first public performance in a century. Narrator Shante McCormick lends an edge to the voice of the historian and his tech-savvy partner, who against their benefactor's wishes discover that the famous white male composer may have had an uncredited partner who was gifted, female, and black. McCormick switches to a more homespun voice to deliver the intriguing 1920s backstory that underscores the wheeling and dealing of Tin Pan Alley and the darkness behind cultural appropriation. In a heartfelt afterword, the author emphasizes the healing and transformative powers of music. It's available from Random House Audio, 13.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-366-8290 for $22.50. Books on Tape as the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-366-8306 for $95. The Late Mrs. Willoughby, Murder of Mr. Wickham, Book 2, by Claudia Gray, read by Billy Fulford Brown. From Billy Fulford Brown's first words, Jane Austen's world bursts into life. Characters from across the Austen spectrum populate this sequel to Gray's earlier mystery, The Murder of Mr. Wickham. This time, Jonathan Darcy, son of Fitzwilliam and Elizabeth Darcy of Pride and Prejudice, and Juliet Tilney, daughter of Henry and Catherine Tilney, Northanger Abbey, find themselves guests at another house party. Another house party, another murder? The guests include John Willoughby and his new wife, and Colonel Brandon and his wife Marianne, Willoughby's former lover. Fulford Brown perfectly sets the period with her beautiful, precise diction and sparkling intonations. When Mrs. Willoughby is poisoned, John and Juliet are on the case. Scintillating dialogue, superb plotting, and a wonderfully engaging performance. Who could ask for more? It's available from Random House Audio, 12.25 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-373-9358 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition. digital download, ISBN 978-059-373-9365 for $95. Mastering the Art of French Murder, American in Paris, Book 1, by Colleen Cambridge, read by Polly Lee. Polly Lee has a lot of fun narrating this new series about a novice detective, and it is infectious. Tabitha Knight, a fictional neighbor of Julia Child, yes, that Julia, finds herself at the top of a suspect list when a dead body is found in her cellar, with a note in her handwriting. Lee excels at evoking the wide-eyed wonder of this American in Paris. She balances this tone with the predictable antics of a murder mystery. Fans of a renowned American chef and francophiles in general will enjoy this creative caper. Lee channels the distinctive ringing tones of the late Child when delivering her dialogue, and her sharp wit is on full display while she is portraying Tabitha's keen eye for observation. It's available from Highbridge Audio, 10 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-169-661-0612 for $24.99. Going Zero by Anthony McCartan, read by Maren Ireland. Thanks to Maren Ireland's sure-footed narration, listeners will eagerly follow Caitlin Day through multiple plot twists in this thriller. Caitlin is one of 10 Americans who have been selected to beta test Fusion, spyware that was developed by the CIA, ostensibly to track down terrorists. At the appointed time when all the participants receive a text telling them to go zero, they turn off their cell phones and disappear off the grid. Whoever evades discovery will win a big paycheck, but what if neither side is playing by the rules? Caitlin, a librarian with no apparent spook skills, turns out to be a worthy opponent, though the ultimate enemy is elusive. In a world grappling with cell phone tracking and AI overreach, this is a timely and absorbing tale. It's available from Harper Audio, 9.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-006-3227095 for $27.99. The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner, read by Lauren Irwin and Alex Wyndham. Sarah Penner's Victorian mystery is nifty on its own, but strong narrations by Lauren Irwin and Alex Wyndham make it even better on audio. The narrators weave several plot strands seamlessly. Mr. Morley, Vice President of London Seance Society, contacts a world-famous spiritualist, Vaudeline Dallaire, asking her to hold a séance to unmask the killer in a high-profile murder. Reluctantly assisting her is Lena, whose sister Evie was Vaudeline's former apprentice, until Evie was murdered. Wyndham's voice for Morley is deep, dark, and portentous, while Irwin portrays Lena as energetic and hopeful. Irwin makes Lena's sudden and surprise discovery of her own psychic abilities completely believable. The narrator's capture of a story's deception, secrets, ghosts, and ghastly murders, making this rich Gothic tale an audio must-listen. It's available from Harlequin Audio, 10 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-148-821-8415 for $27.99. And we move on to biography and memoir titles. L.A. Sun, My Life, My City, My Food, by Roy Choi and Tien Nguyen and Natasha Pan, read by Roy Choi. If you've never been to Los Angeles, then Chef Roy Choi's memoir is a great substitute. It's as much about place as it is about Choi's formative years. He takes you through the streets, communities, and cuisines of this eclectic city. Choi is confident, assured, and hilarious. This is a listening experience that mixes humor, Korean history, and a love of food. Beware, Choi will have you hungry throughout this listening experience. He takes us through the individual flavors of his parents' Korean staples, and then into the mix of styles, spices, and dishes that characterize Latino-infused Los Angeles. This is an excellent example of how an author's narration adds additional layers to the listening experience. It's available from Random House Audio, 5 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-3677766 for $17.50. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-3677773 for $66.50. Page Boy, a memoir, by Elliot Page, read by Elliot Page. Actor Elliot Page, who starred in the movie Juno, gives an emotional, intimate performance of his gorgeous memoir, in a non-linear structure that reflects the way that queer and trans lives often unfold. He shares moments of joy and heartbreak throughout his life. Growing up in Nova Scotia, coming out as gay and then trans, falling in and out of love, and the toll of being closeted. He narrates these memories with an openness that will make listeners feel like they're right there with him. It's the quiet rawness of his voice that makes this audiobook so moving. This performance hardly feels like a performance at all. If you listen to one celebrity memoir of this year, make it this one. It's available from Macmillan Audio, 8.5 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-125-0897664 for $19.99, also CD. So Many Steves, Afternoons with Steve Martin, by Steve Martin and Adam Gopnik, read by Steve Martin and Adam Gopnik. This short audiobook makes the listener want more. Wisely, Adam Gopnik asks questions, provides context and insights, then lets the protean Steve Martin tell his own stories. The work comes across as a kind of memoir. Martin's conversational tone elevates the personal recollections of his complex life. His fine intellect and love of literature, music, and art shine through, as do his shtick, banjo-picking, and his artful storytelling. We get the great comic from his student days of studying philosophy and reading E. E. Cummings, to his pursuit of stand-up, acting, writing a novel, writing a Broadway musical, and more. Through it all are banjo-playing and jokes delivered in Martin's classic laconic style. It's available from Pushkin Industries, 2.75 hours. It's an audio program. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 979-898-5080-216 for $32. You Could Make This Place Beautiful, a memoir, by Maggie Smith, read by Maggie Smith. American poet Maggie Smith beautifully narrates her memoir of the end of her marriage and rediscovering herself as she picks up the pieces. Starting with her heartbreak, the memoir explores not only a very specific kind of pain, but also the roles that women embrace and grow into. From traditional gender roles and power dynamics to finding out who you truly are and giving yourself much-needed empathy, this memoir uses snapshots of Smith's life to explore bigger ideas. Smith's pacing makes each word and phrase more powerful. Her performance can be heartbreaking, but her narration is charming and poignant. It's available from Simon & Schuster Audio, 7.75 hours, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-179-715-1977 for $17.99. Better Living Through Birding, Notes from a Black Man in the Natural World, by Christian Cooper, read by Christian Cooper. If you're aware of who Christian Cooper is, it's likely because of a confrontation between him and a white woman walking her dog in Central Park. A confrontation that went viral and caught national attention. Listening to this compelling memoir, narrated in Cooper's gently raspy voice, we learn much more about him. The great joy he takes in his life's passion, birding, yes, but also his journey of coming to terms with himself as a gay man and his deep love of science fiction TV, movies, and comics. With his well-paced delivery, Cooper takes us along on adventures near and far, from growing up on Long Island to birding obsessively during the spring migration and eventually traveling the world. Birdsong between chapters is a delightful bonus. It's available from Random House Audio, 10.5 hours, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-368-4702 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition. digital download, ISBN 978-059-368-4719 for $85.50. And let's finish off with some children and family listening titles. Finally Seen by Kelly Yang, read by Cindy Kay, and With a Note by Kelly Yang. Cindy Kay shines in this heartfelt exploration of the immigrant experience. 10-year-old Lena is ecstatic to reunite with her family in California after 5 years spent waiting in Beijing to come to America. However, the perfect life she pictured is not the reality of a family struggling in the wake of the COVID pandemic. Kay skillfully portrays Lena's thoughts, a messy mixture of happiness at rejoining her family, sadness at having left her beloved grandmother, curiosity about her new home, and severe anxiety over her imperfect English. Kay balances this with Lena's ever-growing voice as she learns to speak out on behalf of the people and beliefs she holds dear. Kelly Yang enthusiastically narrates her author's note about the value of being seen in children's literature. It's available from Simon & Schuster Audio, 7.5 hours long, unabridged. Recommended for ages 8 and up. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-179-7150451 for $17.99, also available as CD. The Rhythm of Time by Questlove and S.A. Cosby, read by Keeler Lee. Keeler Lee narrates this endearing middle-grade speculative fiction featuring friendship, music, and time travel. Philadelphia 7th grader Raheem Reynolds enjoys creating raps, steering clear of bullies, and testing out his best friend Cassia Collins's new technologies. For his birthday, she gives him a cell phone she built. When he tries it, he finds himself in Philadelphia in 1997. Cassia, knowing that every interaction affects the future, rushes in, dodging government agents, Raheem's loved ones, and other obstacles to bring him home. Lee brings youthful energy, tenderness, and nostalgia to her performance. Her pacing for high-emotion moments is pitch-perfect. Lee's narration is undergirded with joy and wonder, and listeners will look forward to hearing the resolution of the story. It's available from Listening Library, 4.5 hours long, unabridged. Recommended for ages 10 and up. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-358-9496 for $20. Library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-358-9502 for $50. The Labours of Hercules Beale by Gary D. Schmidt, read by Fred Berman. Fred Berman's narration of this audiobook has a driving force, as do its action-packed plot and its hero, 7th grader Hercules Beale. Berman captures Hercules' mix of determination and resentment when his teacher assigns him the task of performing the 12 labours of his mythical namesake. Periodically, Berman expresses Hercules' concealed grief over his parents' recent deaths. His performance is peppered with Hercules' wit, sarcasm, and sense of wonder. Berman also distinguishes the many minor characters. Together, these characters play a significant part in the story as they expand Hercules' view of family, friends, community, and life. Berman's narration keeps a fine balance between the action of Hercules' tasks and his moments of introspection and reflection. It's available from Harper Audio, 8.25 hours unabridged. Recommended for ages 8 and up. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-006-3307834 for $27.99. And that is all I have time for today, so thank you very much for joining us for Audiobook News. My name is Sarah.
If you enjoyed this program, please register for our free services at www.aincolorado.org or by calling 303-786-7777.